love the slow Fey jazz. Welcome to Last Call, everyone. Joined by Chris, Mike, Hartley, and Maggie.
You did it again, Chris.
Sorry, guys.
You killed all of us.
Fully killed all of us.
Chris, was that your plan all along?
Listen.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Like, we know we made mistakes. We're aware.
Yeah.
But I don't. Could we have killed a dragon?
You guys didn't even touch the
No,
dragon.
we didn't.
No,
we didn't.
And
It was, yeah.
as far as how I described it, that dragon never existed.
Yeah.
I think it was way above our pay grade.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It was a trick
we didn't
seed.
do any damage to the actual thing that was the problem.
Yeah, we fucked up with that. The minor
I
illusion.
think there's nothing we could
I
do.
should have used like minor illusion and like had someone run in.
You know
I
what?
could have used more of my spells.
Before we get into the actual specifics,
Yes. Let's start off the top.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah. Tell us the thing.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Christopher Black,
That's me.
when he told us, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna do this fun thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna do this little break between like chapter 2 and chapter 3. You're gonna play characters. It's just gonna be 2-shot." And you know what the fuck thing he said was?
What?
Christopher Black,
That's
our
me.
This guy.
intrepid
I love how he
DM,
says that's
said that, oh, it's good to like one to like explain the context of the Feywild, but also in case your characters like Clue, Dylan, and Minx died, and we needed somebody with like actual context to like step in to like join like your crew.
You did say that.
Yeah,
You did
like,
say that.
He was like, oh, you know, by the end of the 2-shot, like you could have these
A
people that a backup. You could have a
Yeah.
backup
Yeah.
that you already know how to play.
Yep.
Fuck you. I went into it going like, this is my like true backup if I need him to be. Like, I can play this. This will be fun.
Chris loves for us to write people and characters that we love and then
Kill
torture
them.
them and kill them.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna say something really, really sadistic sounding.
Please.
I make you guys grow attached to these characters
Yeah.
for these reactions.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
great.
This is the
Oh.
most. This is genuine.
This is
Yeah.
manipulative,
Oh.
is what it is, Chris.
It's good.
This
It
is a
good.
toxic work environment. Where is our HR?
John Tree was the best.
John Tree was great.
I just love it because, like, also within, again, another, like, thing that Chris kind of told us about where it was like, it's going to be a 2-shot to, you know, set up people for, like, the world. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a nice little, like history adventure.
role
A
play.
little, like, literally, I think it was said in, like, the terms when your uncle came in, where it's like, it's basically like a fetch quest. And I was like, cool. I'm my first time playing in the Fey. So excited. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like that's the
Murder.
thing. When he explained at the beginning of last session, when Chris as Jonas Standy explained like, you know, and you're gonna bring it back to Titania, like that felt to me like that's the conclusion of these 2 sessions. Like we're gonna have a thing. I was under the impression that Ervin Ellisir wasn't a bad guy. I thought he was just a Fey guy.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't.
too.
I didn't think he was an evil villain man. I thought like we were going to either go get our asses kicked and then he was going to come save us and take the sword, or we are going to be able to take the sword, give it back, and then Queen Titania was like, "This is my right hand man, Ervin Ellisir.
Yeah.
Like it's his
Like buddies rather than
enemy, big red alarm."
not
Yep.
like just also like just in world wise, like weird that he's just hanging out in the Equinox in a cave holding
fucking
this because
scary, dude.
it's the mid ground of the Fae.
Yeah.
Like it's truly like it's the no man's land of like this world of this plane.
Mm-hmm.
And so to just have like a cave built out with basically a little mousetrap of like some cheese outside of it's such an interesting
like taunting people to come in, like trying to. Well, okay, so it sounded like he at the end of that is like he's trying to collect bodies.
Yep.
So there's another thing going on there. It seems like Ervin Ellisir is like trying to collect.
Essentially, was the perfect mousetrap. You
Yep.
beckon unsuspecting adventurers in. They see the sword, they touch it, and just like molasses, they're stuck
It's like
there.
a golden goose.
Yeah.
It's just
I got a unfortunately now it's like metagamey because I know for damn sure that when Clue sees that sword, he's
You're gonna touch it.
I'm touching that sword.
Clue is the chosen one. That's Clue's vibe a lot of the time.
The cool thing is, like, I didn't expect that we would even get close to the relic or even close to Arav and Elisir. Yeah. I thought this was going to be like an offshoot mission. I thought we were genuinely thought we were going to succeed and like bring something back and like meet a little bit of everyone,
quest.
You know?
Yeah.
Something nice and light.
When the session started, I thought it was the sword. But I did think it was going to be the sword.
It seems that Chris did not get enough from episode 23. After murdering an entire city and elves on the top of a mountain, he was like,
allegedly.
Now he's like,
allegedly.
He was the greatest guy. What about the murder?
He's like,
what murder?
He's like, well, if I can't kill your main characters, maybe you could spend a couple of weeks making a new one, and then I'll kill that instead.
Listen, I may have said this off mic, but I haven't said this in any of the last calls, but this side quest, not only taking a break from the characters, but had a huge purpose.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it was set 15 years before the events of Team Not the Time. The events that took just place in the last 2 episodes set up a lot of what's been happening in the main campaign.
Interesting. I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out. And I can't wait to see in the main campaign, like, those things shine through.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll say this without giving too much away. This is heavily related to why Kinala Silentstar went back to the Fey.
Also,
interesting.
Oh my god.
Also,
interesting.
If like we specifically in Hallow knew that nobody had their hands on this sword really yet,
we probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Like, so, oh my god, we thought that he was one of the ones that could also hold it.
So my thought here is
the
Power Gauntlet?
Yeah. Well, not Power Gauntlet, but like, what's his thing? What's his relic that currently the brother has?
The staff.
The staff.
The staff with the lightning on it.
The staff in the shape of a lightning bolt is what Farad'n has right now.
And now, maybe this isn't even something for the last call. I know that you said Chris does these things where he really likes to like hint things at us just to make us like sweat, and
also to feel dumb later on.
And to feel dumb later on. He's just malicious and a bad guy.
That's me.
So we
love you, Chris.
He said before this session one that he was going to let the outcome of something very serious at the start of chapter 3 be dictated by a dice roll, by one dice roll at the beginning of what is for us now next episode.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away, is that dice roll related to anything that happened in these 2 sessions, or is that completely
unrelated?
Fuck you.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I wanted this to feel like a fun little side quest, but at the same time,
so fun.
I wanted it to be
so much fun,
relatable to the main campaign. That's why we have characters like Jonas Standy, we have Titania, who's once again mentioned, and we have
John Cree, so relatable,
classic Arav and Elisir, and of course, you have finally seen the sword relic.
Yeah, and the relic,
which looks beautiful. Looks old and new. I like that descriptive.
I wonder, from just an outside perspective now, I'm like, I wonder how many people Jonas sent to go get it.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like before he was kind of like, I doubt it. Yeah. And that's where I'm like, I wonder how many people he sent to do that over the years.
Yeah.
And also kind of, or like at least when he was like, you know, it's been a while.
Might as well.
Or like, I've now asked 300 people. No one's come back.
And also as like a diplomat, like why is he as a diplomat sending people?
Yeah.
Well, I'll divulge a little bit of the story, because it is a relic of Hallow, right? It is a relic of Moradin. Of course, Jonas Standy is going to be involved.
Fair.
And
right.
he did mention that it was a gift to Titania. So both of them have reasons for wanting this item back.
Oath, Titania, back in Thorol's basement.
God.
She was in line, and then Arav and Elisir is the one after that.
Oh, you're going back to episode
7,
4,
5,
6 or 7 in Thorol's basement.
Yeah.
Going back to the drawings.
That first chapter went slow, man. That's episode 7.
Yeah. Wild.
Welcome to 25.
Wow.
Welcome to what's been on my mind for the last year.
It's good to be here.
Where you saw a long line of people that eventually leads to a depiction of Erevan Ellisir with the sword. Titania was closer to the front of this lineage.
Oh. Yeah. Very cool seeing like Mad Hatter vibes. Yeah. Love that. Taking off the
He's
invisible, very scary.
He's frightening.
I love that. And the depiction of like how in the basement you can he kind of his face looked like it was shape-shifting. Yes. And here it's like not only did he shape-shift but also his shadows are like shape-shifting. The gems coming into play. He did such a beautiful description with that. Like it's just
scary.
Impossible to put a finger on his identity essentially is what it sounds like.
The face is just you couldn't describe it, and as soon as you look away, you forget what it looks like.
Yeah. I hate that.
Little gray man.
That's so fucking cool.
Really cool.
True, Trixie Fey too. Which as soon as we got to I think by the second round, I was like, this was just in the way that we went for it, because it was I think we just all got freaked out by dragon.
Yes.
And that was the point.
The whole goal.
Yeah.
It worked.
This whole fight was illusion.
Yeah.
You even got a warning of it with the
we should have fucking known.
Well, that's it. By the last round, I was just it's just purely investigation and perception at this point, because I'm looking for anything, any clues, any stuff, and it's
known.
But that's again how would we and apart from it's
and
in
a little
the Fey.
peek behind the screen.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed it didn't happen, but if you guys had tried to attack the dragon, no matter what you would have rolled, even in nat 20, it would have failed.
Interesting.
No matter what spells you casted on it,
it
would have failed.
It was just so constant in what it was and that's it. Where it was also by the time it had done it 4 times, it's this isn't.
You can't do that.
But it's not even about that. But I'm this is unreal. It's very unreal feeling, and also the saves that we were making. It was not even 20s were potentially succeeding depending on the situation.
Would a 20 have succeeded? 21?
20.
Was there an actual save?
The DC save for the breath attack was a DC 20, which none of you hit. Because it was an intelligence saving throw. It wasn't a dex saving throw like a normal breath weapon.
Yeah.
So maybe I also thought that might have been a little bit of giveaway.
Yeah.
But because you guys didn't roll high enough intelligence saving throws.
I had an advantage on intelligence saving throws, but I never got hit.
You never got hit.
I never got hit by the dragon.
You just were depleted by the pure power of the relic.
Yeah.
I shot myself in the foot there. I should have done an investigation check on the sword. Or just touched it with fabric first to
It's because
I was so
freaked.
convinced that I could just wrap it and run, but of course not. It's a relic.
I tried to give warning too with the mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
We were Minx's bug mage.
Burning.
No, sorry, Minx. No, Truffle's a bug mage hand just literally disintegrated trying to grab it. John Tree touched it and just started burning from the inside.
Yeah.
So putting a little piece of fabric over it. It would have been a high sleight of hand check not to get affected by this.
I haven't stopped shaking my head this whole fucking story. Dude, just upsetting.
Chris, you can... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's just crazy that our now Clue, Minx, and Dylan are headed to the Fey at the same level.
Same area.
In the same area, and with no additional insight into Erevan Ellisir. If we don't get help, how are we going to take the sword away from this fucking trickster motherfucker?
One of us could be chosen.
Huh?
One of us could be chosen.
I'm not talking about touching the sword. I'm just talking about getting past this dragon 35 damage every turn.
Motherfucker.
Here's my hypothesis.
Okay.
Yes. Tell us your thoughts.
That was 15 years ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Erevan was essentially creating an army.
Mm-hmm.
That was the start of him trying to create an army.
Mm-hmm.
So I very much think that my mom, oh my God, I blanked on my mom's name.
Kinala.
Thank you. Kinala.
It's been years since you've
was
seen her.
brought back into the Fey to stop Erevan Ellisir from creating this army, or already he started creating that army. And
you think it's with a different person?
I think that Erevan Ellisir is now our Faradin, but he's the Faradin of the Fey.
I don't know about
that. Ferretin.
The Ferretin.
The Ferretin.
I think so. That started 15 years ago, and look how quickly he was collecting bodies. And then what did he say? He was like, ha ha ha, it's time. It's not over, my pretties.
You still have use it. Even though you're dead, we got work to do.
Yeah.
We got work to do.
And I'll say this, like the way I described it wasn't just offhand. The way I described it was there's something off about him. The eyes look malicious, and the shadow has weird kind of illusions of it. And when he pulled out a small black stone that just sucked all the light from the cavern, without giving too much away, that's significant.
That's significant.
Yeah, I bet. Like it's giving things away.
Sense.
Yeah, I wonder if he's under the same kind of corruption that Ferretin is under. I wonder if it's these relics that are like corrupting these people.
Well, I don't think he can even hold it. That's the one thing that I'm not sure of is that I think Ferretin is an anomaly. I think he's got something going with some form of like arcane technology that allows him to just wield, and it's fucking him up.
Yeah,
like
we didn't see him wield it. So
I don't think he can touch it. I think Erevan has a way to maybe transport it and plant it in the ground, but no way to touch it.
Interesting.
Chris, I had a quick question.
Yep.
I know I failed it in game, so you also don't need to tell us because who knows, we might come across it. But I did fail an investigation check in relation to the dragon.
Yes.
Was it just to notice that it could have been illusionary?
With a high enough success on that intelligence check, you would have deduced that the dragon is not real and that it was a spell.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have meant that you would stop taking damage from this thing.
Yeah.
You just know that what you're seeing is not a real thing.
Yeah.
And I did very casually mention the crying cord in the corner. Like, looking terrified.
You did. No, it was... And it was significant, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, obviously you're terrified of dragons.
Because the last crying core that you saw was something off to you. It was an illusion. So I thought, okay, if I mention it, maybe they'll kind of suspect something, but no.
Biggest regret.
As soon as the dragon shows up, it's, this is a priority.
Yeah.
Forget everything else.
Yeah, that's it. And like, especially because it wasn't even, the dragon didn't hesitate at all. Because there was zero hesitation, and we immediately started initiative stepping foot into cave. It just deters from wasting time, from wasting turns in any way of like investigating.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been a waste. It wouldn't have been bad.
Oh, man. Can we... I'm beat. Can we go around the table, including Chris, and just from this last two-shot, favorite thing / thing you're looking forward to the most?
Ooh.
And
I think it'd be sweet to talk about like the little conversation that we had like outside of the cave. I thought that was hilarious. You touching the vines, your whole conversation with the vines was so funny. And then the fact that we were there so long that the trap trips again. Like it was like a repeat being like, that was like Chris being like, you guys have been here far too long.
Yeah.
Get on with this show. But just so good. Like John Tree was fantastic.
Yeah.
Truffle was so cute. I love the voice of Truffle. I'm gonna miss playing these characters.
Yeah.
Actually, just after 2.
It was really fun.
You know what? Clue talks a lot more. Clue takes a lot less out of me.
I will say this for you, like, you know, for an audio podcast to essentially play a character that has to restrain themselves from talking, that's very difficult to do because you need to say enough to be present in each conversation, and you have to find the right time to do that, to have it
while
like
also interrupting.
And I think
Mad Max Dryad.
And I think you did a really good job.
I think
honestly you did a really good job. And
thank you.
I just love the dynamic of all of us, and just the fact that like Truffle Pickle would just start losing his mind with stuff that John would say.
We said it last call, but the way Pickle turned out versus the way we thought he was going to, all of our characters really, but the way that he turned out versus the way we thought he was, for a voice like that, you didn't think Pickle was going to be the straight man of kind of the...
it kind of just turned out like that.
So great.
Yeah.
What a weird, like, Fey-ish, subverting expectation.
Yeah, that was
so
a lot of
funny.
fun.
And Pickle's home.
Yeah, all gone.
I mean, not like he needs it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I had okay, so from what we know, for sure John Tree is dead. For sure Truffle Lumpkin is dead. But Pickle was left with 0 hit points and unconscious.
Yeah.
Comatose, but alive.
Yeah.
And Erevan Ellisir essentially took away his dragon, did his little prancy dance, and then resummoned all of the bodies in there. And we don't know what's going to happen. So there's a potentially small possibility that Pickle will wake up tomorrow in an empty cave with everyone dead and not know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
You think?
Chris, just tell me, is Pickle gone? Because I know that Dylan, Clue, and Minx are going to be fighting a zombie version of John Tree
gone.
and a zombie version of Truffle Lumpkin for sure.
I shouldn't have optimized John Tree to the same amount that I did.
It's Chris. We are going to fight ourselves. We are going to fight husks of our own characters.
I made him so strong.
Chris, is Pickle gone, baby?
Is Pickle
Without
gone?
giving too much away.
Yeah, classic line.
Yeah.
I have a plan for Pickle.
I have a plan for Pickle.
I suspected that one of you might live. So I've planned for that.
Of course he has.
Okay, interesting.
You're going to be fucking Erevan Ellisir's right-hand man. 15 years later, you're going to be like fully devoted to him.
Honestly, I'm down. Pickle's got to do what he's got to do to survive.
So that's actually a really fun thing. Chris, if you had to, and if he was alive, can you now do your Pickle voice?
Oh, if I had to play
the hit me with the Pickle. Hey, I'm Pickle! Oh, that's pretty good. He's
not bad.
He's a little more mature, but I guess after...
Well, it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Thanks. Yeah, no worries. Oh my God, guys. It's Pickle. It's all the way up in here.
No.
And that's why we love you, Maggie.
Well, it was a fun episode, guys.
Honestly, yeah, I was just happy to not be the last one standing. That was a nice change. And how'd Pickle feel in that spot?
Right.
Yeah, it was... Well, I mean... The nice thing is that like you both died and then I just died right after you. So there wasn't a lot of contemplating and things that I had to do. All I could do was curse John Tree's name because it was because of John that I was there.
You had all of your choices.
I did.
I will also say the one thing I was so hyped for like 2 seconds with the enlarge reduce because I was like
so good.
It was
great idea.
No one's touching. We have a shot. And then and I understand that like obviously we had to figure it out. Like that's our entire task.
Of course.
But like was so proud that it worked for 2 seconds.
It was so good. Sorry. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to reward that. Like that was just ingenious kind of combat roleplay. Like of course.
Like, you got the sword out of the stone. Like that's all the fucking history, that's all the fucking fairy tale things. The sword is stuck in the stone, you got it out.
And that's it, where it's like
it was attached to a burning tree, but you got it out. I would love to do, before we wrap this thing up, just because it's the second one of the new year, we're filming the first and the second 2 Fey episodes back to back, because now we're filming, it's a bigger setup. I'd love to just talk about, do our usual thing where we just say what we're watching, anything we've watched recently that we like, anything that we've read, anything cool, anything we want to shout out in general. I'll go first. I watched... the Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix.
What do you think?
It's really good, right?
Yeah.
Really good.
I only watched the first half of the first episode.
Really good. I highly recommend it. Classic hero stories with a little bit of Mulan in it. I loved it though. The action, all of that stuff is fucking phenomenal in it. Love that. And then I also finished, Mika and I were watching a reality TV show called The Trust. It just aired completely. All the episodes are out. Very, very cool. Bunch of people get into a house and then they all have to split the pot. However, there is a possibility they can all get to the finish line together and split the pot evenly. But if only one person votes someone else out, that person leaves.
Ooh,
very good.
Interesting.
Fun concept.
Thought experiment. Yeah.
Genuinely a really fun reality show that I watched.
That's fun.
Anyone else?
Maggie, what are you listening to or watching?
Honestly, I've been eating through Shameless. It's become my new
Ooh,
work show.
I don't know.
I'm on
Shameless.
season 9. I've been eating it. Like it's been
How does it taste?
good. It was funny. I was joking with a friend about it where she was just like, you can't watch too much of it at one time because you will just think that you can be a terrible person. And I was like, that's correct. And it's it's weird because I just got to basically the season, like a main character will be leaving and it's a weird place to be with it, but it's a good show. Good pacing all the way through. I've been enjoying it. I need something happier after this, though.
Fair.
Taking any recommendations.
Fair.
But no, and then just Baldur's Gate. Been baldering when I can.
Nice.
I'm honestly
How's
still.
his gate doing?
How's
his gate doing?
It's doing good. It's gating.
It's gating. You haven't finished it, though, have you?
I still haven't finished it. I've been taking a
good.
lot of time because I'll do like 4 to 5 hour spots during different nights, but I'll do those like 1 to 2 weeks apart.
Fair.
I'm in like I've been in the finale for so long,
That's
but
exciting.
I just finished Raphael's plot and just finished. Did I finish I finished Shadowheart's plot too yesterday.
Okay.
So like I'm just tying up all loose ends. God, I love this game.
I'm excited to get there.
Yeah,
I had a big break. It got really busy, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to jump back into it. I need to get COVID again.
That's
That's the only way.
I gave up. It just wasn't my.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's just like
Not my type of game.
It gets to the point where like there's
D&D.
too many options, but like the UI is very limiting for console.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
takes a bit of a hurdle to get through, but
Yeah, I'm just always happy whenever I'm in a dialogue situation where I'm like, I kind of like make a shitty joke based on what a character is saying, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, they gave me an option that's basically what I just joked about.
I love that.
It's very satisfying. No game's ever been able to give me that, really.
Yeah.
Like truly. Like
Yeah.
I understand other RPGs try, but it's just so
It was
satisfying.
play tested really well.
Yeah, like there are
Really
UI
well.
issues. There's still like the
Of course,
the
but
storage
it's 'cause
system.
it's
Yeah,
that big of a game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
And my favorite is like when you say a snarky comment like that,
Yeah.
you see the shot of your character with a snarky
Yeah.
face, just like looking at the situation being like, this is fucking hilarious.
because I multi-classed.
love that. I love
multi-classed
that.
like a rogue bard because I was
Nice.
like, I want both of these for this playthrough, and it's the dialogue options are just so superior. I love it so much.
Very, very, very cool.
Yeah, very fun. Sorry,
So
hard.
cool. Oh, me. Let's see. What have I been doing? I had a few things. I'm still reading The Lies of Loch Lamora. That's Scott Lynch. It's a good book so far.
Yeah.
I'm in a little bit of a slog right now, slog section of it. But it's cool. I'm just trying to constantly consume as much fantasy content as I possibly can. I'm catching up on Dimension 20 sophomore year so that I can watch junior year. There's one more. I'm really excited for Dune 2 to come out. Not sure when this episode comes out, but
yeah, that looks cool.
Dune 2 was made for me. It's my favorite thing.
Such a boy.
I love the books. They're actually kind of dog shit books, but I enjoyed the experience of reading them as a kid. I love the movies. Timothy Chalamet is great.
Did you love the what's his name? What's his name from the original one?
No, I do not.
Kyle McLaughlin or something like that.
Did you love him?
No.
I like him.
Okay. What else? I feel like I've got one other thing that I've been doing.
Oh,
What?
Love on the Spectrum.
No, I
just finished the second
Did you cry?
the second season. Oh my god, I did. Oh, it's such a good show.
Yeah.
It's such a good show. I don't know if you guys know the premise of it, but it's
No, I do.
It's a dating show with people on the spectrum looking for love.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
everyone
nice.
just wears all of their emotions like on
Yeah.
their sleeve.
Yeah.
Are they still doing it in Australia?
They're doing the Australia. That's
Yeah.
my next one that I'm watching. I just
Okay.
finished the second season, the finale of the first one, and like, oh my god, I was crying at the end. Everyone is just so adorable, And I just watch it. It's the most purest, most beautiful thing ever. And it's just like, Maggie, if you want something something nice.
I watched the first season. I and that's it, where I'm like, I know if I watch this, I'm going to cry. I will watch any show of
second season, amazing.
Any hero's journey, any camaraderie of people, anything where people like come together for a good thing, or like just nice people getting nice things given to them. I will weep. I have no bar to it.
I just want to spoil the last episode, but I can't do it. I was weeping watching that. Anyway, all right, Chris, your turn.
Like Harley, I've been trying to catch up on Fantasy High sophomore year to finally watch junior year, because that's coming out. For fun, I've been reading the Percy Jackson novels as well.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
It's been nice. I've been enjoying them. And then watching the first season of the show as well. It's pretty good compared to like how it adapts the book. So I've been enjoying it, but just brooding away coming up with this chapter 3.
Yeah. I've been watching the ALGS Pro League. I'm not sure if any of our listeners are
League of Legends?
No, the Apex.
Oh, Apex Legends.
If any of you are gamers and specifically like esports watchers, but
during COVID, Hartley and I went deep into that game.
During COVID, speak for yourself.
I mean, you're still in it.
Yeah. So the ALGS Pro League. I'm a DSG fan this year because 100 Thieves were so bad last year that they were discontinued as a team. So I've got a new team. But that's it from me.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for listening to this last call. The next time you hear from us will be with the main campaign.
Yeah, excited to go back into the shoes of Dylan Buckley. It's going to be so good.
15 years later, we'll see what the Fey looks like then.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
But once again, Chris, Mike, Hartley, and Maggie, take it away with the slow Fey jazz.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.